was so cute, and it was a nice dose of serotonin. I also really love the concept. I think the idea of death becoming your roommate because they couldn't beat you in a game, so they couldn't kill you, I think is just hysterical. So her being able to avoid death for 240 years is just quite literally. It sounds ridiculous, which makes it so funny. I really like the cinematography. I love the mockumentary style of it. I love the interviews. I love the whole thing. I love their varying personalities. It's just really great. And also just kind of seeing that even in death, there's some humanity there. The fact that she's literally gotten so used to her, and she could have killed Margaret, and the thought of her even living without Margaret, she couldn't do it, even as someone who's supposed to be as soulless as death is. So I really, really like that aspect. And I thought the acting was great. I think they had great chemistry.
I was really surprised by this film, and really enjoyed it. I thought the editing and the short was great, and the writing, the actors involved, all super incredible. In such a short amount of time, we're able to fall in love with this dynamic of these two sort of opposing people, and I think it's always a really good time when you have a curmudgeon-like character juxtaposed to a sunshine character as well. So for me, this short was just like really lovely to see that dynamic play out in this like fun, creative way.
You do a great job of establishing these two, um, antagonistic characters towards each other. You do a really great job of, establishing them as their own entities and really, working on that conflict throughout. Um, I think it was, a great look at conflict, a great look at character building. I think you also, at the end of it, there is this uh, different perspective and look at life. And I think these characters do a great job of pushing that narrative and rounding it out throughout. This was just a really interesting piece. This is great character work, great writing, great acting, and it came together to be just a really well rounded piece.
I really loved the concept that this woman had just played a game with death and had won for, hundreds of years. And that's, essentially why she was still alive, why they ended up living together. The fact that death got demoted to now just taking pigeon souls, I thought was amazing and such a great little note. And like a really comedic gold with the fact that the pigeon interrupted Death's interview. I thought it was really, really well done, and like it was just really fun.
The two actresses were just so funny. It would have been very easy to do this badly for the jokes and the actors to be annoying. It would have been very easy for this to go wrong, but it just clicked. The actresses had a nice chemistry. The dialogue was good. The pacing, the editing was good. Just the writing. It was just funny. It was cute. You wanted them both to win. You didn't want you didn't want the one girl to die, but you wanted Death to have a little dignity. And I think that's kind of what they were going for here. They both had their sense of dignity, and it was nice. And they're friends despite everything. So, but yeah, it's a really nice job. So good luck on this. I hope you can maybe make more. Maybe they have different types of contests, that they have to start competing in to figure out who's going to live and die.
I love the concept and I loved the execution. It was really fun watching. It reminds me a lot of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, where because of Death's Achilles heel of loving games, it pretty much forces Death to become essentially a slave in this eternal limbo where they have to live with, I think her name was Margaret. And the whole issue is that if Death can beat her in a game, then she can claim her soul. The issue is that every time they play, Death loses. It was really fun watching just that frustration boil over, but then also the character arc where the moment Death has the opportunity to finally win, uh, Death realizes just how much she's enjoyed Margaret's time and chooses to throw the game.
A hilarious concept, and it was very well executed. This film had me laughing at a lot of parts because Margaret seemed insufferable to the point where you're on death's side. But then at the end where she lets her live, it was amazing. It's one of those films that you'll think about for a while because the comedic timing was just perfect. The fact that Death is spending hundreds of years, I guess, because it said Margaret was only 240 years old, hundreds of years trying to figure out how to beat her in a game and then doesn't do it.